All right, it's day 3 of working on this bike. We're gonna be tackling the belts today. Just working through getting these replaced and making sure that everything is obviously aligned before and after properly. And I'll just be walking through what the manuals both say on that. I've also watched a few videos that kind of review how to get everything just in the proper alignment. So we will begin. So I'm doing my best to take my time with this, since once you start removing or loosening everything and removing these belts, there's no going back. So I took a bunch of pictures of just the setup, and I'm just gonna go over it again. So the first thing you do is get with the tool here from Desmo Times to rotate the engine. I have this yellow dot lined up with this mark on the crankcase right here. So that represents top dead center, or just like basically the correct alignment for when you're taking off and replacing the belts. There's two other things to note. This dot here on this with the blue and pink aligns with this small little dot on top. So those have to align. Same thing here. This one dot here with this yellow. So when you're taking it off and putting on, those should all be in perfect alignment. So now we're going to loosen, these two bolts here for the roller, which this is like a roller pin, which tightens the belts themselves. And same thing with these two here. This one is like stagnant, and then this one will allow this metal piece to pivot. So we're just going to loosen both for now, just to get the belts off, and then probably just clean everything up a little bit, get some of the grime out. But before we do that, I'm actually going to measure the tension here just to see where it's at. It's also helpful to see that whoever worked on this last, marked where everything ended up lining up. So I might be able just to put them in the same place, but of course we're going to test the tension after we put the new ones on as well. So the 5mm Allen wrench did pass through both this stagnant wheel here and this one here, and the 6mm did not. So that's what the manual says. I'm also going to check it with the app using the frequency, but yeah, either method I think is probably fine. I just want to see where exactly everything was when I took it off. I'm using this white paint marker. I'm going to mark exactly where the belts were aligned, and then also these dots according to the top of the covers. And then, I mean, this one's pretty self-explanatory, the yellow to the crankcase here, so I won't do anything there. But just so I know exactly where it was before taking it off, putting on the new one. All right, these bolts were insanely tight. They were torqued way too hard, but we finally got them loose. So all the belts are marked. I'm just gonna take them off and then inspect them and put the new ones on. Okay, we have both of the belts put on at this point. Get some light on it. So everything's at top dead center still. I did rotate the engine just to make sure nothing bound up or looked weird, and it ran through fine. The number 5 hex key goes through on both, although it's a little tough with one hand. And then the 6 does not. So tension there I think should be good, at least to start with. But yeah, we'll torque them down to spec and then continue on. All right, just gonna torque these down while we're here. We do it to 26 Newton meters, or about 19 foot-pounds. So we'll do that real quick. All right, belts are all in place. Everything rotates, torque down, and we should be good. So that'll be it for the cam, timing belts. Next, we'll look into the valves themselves and start measuring for shims.